matter about winning or losing. Just giving the fans what they want to see. Good fights with good fighters. De La Hoya, oh definitely, I would give it to De La Hoya, you know, in their prime time. De La Hoya used to have a good jab, a lot of skills. The only thing that I see Canelo has, he has a lot of discipline. I don't see, people are going to be mad at me, what I'm going to say right now, I don't see a lot of skills. Oscar De La Hoya was very skillful, combination, 3, 4, 5 punch combination. Canelo throws single shots, you know, and more open shots. You know, and he's very accurate. He's really good. That's why he's where he's at. But I would not even compare him to Oscar De La Hoya. Big shout out to Oscar De La Hoya. I think he would beat Canelo Alvarez.
Thank you, Jose. Jose, who do you pick between Tank and Frank?
Tank and Frank, that's another great fight, man. You know, it's a very exciting fight. I think Frank needs this fight in order to go all the way to the top and look impressive. Anything can happen in boxing, but I think I'm going to lean towards a little bit to Tank because he's fought every style and he's been more active and he's proved that he's the best at his weight. So it's a tough fight, but anything can happen in boxing. But I think Tank will win because of the experience. That's my take.
There's a big debate between boxing fans on who's the best boxing right now, Gervonta Davis or Canelo.
I would give it to Gervonta Davis, hands down, you know, because Gervonta Davis will fight anybody. And we've seen a lot of exciting fights. Canelo, when was the last time he fought a real fighter? So I would not give it to him.
David Benavidez, based on watching Canelo and Jaime, where Jaime was using a jab and a right hand, he controlled it.
You know, yeah, man. You know, at the end of the day, I knew that Jaime Munguia would come out strong, like maybe the first 3 rounds, and that's what he did. He kept throwing his straight punches, jab, 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 but you know, we knew that the experience and all that, Canelo was just going to get him a little tired and start using his single shots and catching him. And he did. After he dropped them, everything changed and Munguia just didn't have because of experience, you know. I would say Munguia, maybe another 3 more fights, he would have done better and maybe even beat Canelo. But the experience, you know, he didn't have the experience. A lot of people say that he gained a lot of experience from that fight. I think he got a lot of beating on that fight. I think Munguia got hit a lot, you know, on that fight because of the experience. But he's a great fighter, don't get me wrong. It's a very entertaining fight. It was a good fight, but it was a good fight for Canelo because he knew he was going to beat him.
Bent over and gave up his height and made it easy for that one shot.
Yeah, we all know how Bebo beat Canelo with distance, with straight punches, single shots, basics, fundamentals. And Munguia, when I saw the first round, I was like, whoa, this is looking very interesting. And I think if he keeps like that and keeps his distance, he can beat Canelo. But then he decided to stay there. He wanted to trade with them, and he got hit.
That's why he's so scared of your son, because of the range,
Yeah,
the distance.
well, and you know, David Benavidez, he comes with a lot of punches. We're used to going to throwing a lot of punches. David's he has a different condition. And, you know, he has a different speed and power and all that. I would never even compare him to Munguia. That's why he doesn't want to face the Mexican monster, because he knows that that's not an easy win. He says he doesn't bring anything to the table, only 25 pounds the day of the fight. Well, why not get paid $80 million, $70 million? Easy money, right? But he asked for $200 million. That means that he's scared.
Do you feel at this point, like, you know, Canelo hasn't shown interest of fighting your son?
I wonder why. He will not show interest of fighting David Benavidez because he knows that that's the end of his career and he doesn't want to pass the torch to another Mexican fighter like David Benavidez, you know. So, you know, my respects, you know, he did a great thing in boxing. He's still boxing, but he's not facing the real fighters, you know. He just, now for him it's just a business, and he even says, you know, he does whatever he wants to do. And all the organizations do what he wants to do. So at the end of the day, I don't blame him. He's making money. He's doing whatever he wants to do. Hey, keep making money.
Well, no, what do you think outside of your son? And it seemed like he didn't show interest of Crawford either. It seemed like those two were the biggest possible money fights. So what other
Yeah,
possible
you know what,
money
to be
fights?
honest, I think he could definitely beat Crawford because Crawford's a little guy, you know. He's super strong, you know, with one hit. It's like three divisions difference, you know. That makes a big difference. Crawford's a hell of a fighter, and there's nobody that can beat Crawford. Maybe one division up, not a problem, but 2-3 divisions, it's just a lot.
So why doesn't he take the Crawford fight if he's not fighting David? If it's
Because you know that at the end of the day, Crawford is a very skillful fighter, and he's going to move around. And a lot of people don't know Canelo. His knees are not very well to be chasing people. So Crawford can move a lot. He
So
wants somebody to come forward. Crawford's not going to come forward and try to stay toe-to-toe with him. He wants to get the fighters that are coming forward, and they're more of a clean fighter, you know, more of a fundamental, more. And Crawford's very slick, very. He adjusts, makes a lot of adjustments, and he's very slicky. So I don't think that's why he wants to fight a guy like that.
Maybe that's probably why everyone's saying he's gonna probably fight Edgar Berlanga then.
Yeah, you know, if don't make me laugh, bro. You know, Edgar Berlanga in his last fights, he's looked terrible. You know, to be honest with you, and to get the opportunity to fight the face of boxing, the king at 168. Come on, bro. You know why? I don't understand why. And, you know, I think it's just going to be a lot of money lost there because, you know, his numbers are not well. And doing that, the numbers are going to get worse and worse.
You think that's insulting the boxing fans?
It is insulting. It is insulting because at the end of the day, when you're one of the best in history and one of the face of boxing, okay, you get a little tune-up, but then you show up. But all these fights are just tune-ups, you know. People are getting mad and people are getting frustrated, you know, because of that. So guess what? Thank you, Canelo, because we have a lot of your fans, you know, now they're coming to this side because David is the real fighter. He's the best at 168. He's the one, you know. So now we have a lot of fans and everybody's starting to believe on David. We got to keep proving ourselves and we're going to continue proving ourselves.
You know, at this point, do you feel that Canelo's just maybe optimistic, he's just pricing 200, just starting high and then negotiate down?
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you, all the people that are watching right now, you know, when you give an amount and you want to fight somebody, but then you ask for a ridiculous amount, it's like, ah, shit, I don't care. If I get paid that, I'll fight him tomorrow. And that's what he says. You know, those are little things that little young kids say, you know, when they're little. Well, if I get this money, I'll definitely step, I'll fight him tomorrow. I'll fight him tonight for $200 million, you know.
But you think he's bargaining, so he starts high and go down maybe and meet
yeah,
somewhere?
You know what? He doesn't want to face him. That's why he asking for too much money, so they don't even ask. But at the end of the day, I think he's hurting his career by saying that, because at the end of the day, everybody's talking about that. But if you say that David does not bring anything to the table, why not fight him? I'm pretty sure that we will get 80 million, 90 million. Easy, piece of cake, right? Why is he fighting Berlanga for 30? Why is he fighting Munguia for 30? When you can get 80 with somebody that doesn't bring anything to the table? So what is that?
So it's obviously that the fight with Canelo is not happening. David here is 175. There's only two guys below him. But Gervonta, whose fight would look most forward to? Like, styles makes fights. So if he fights Bivol or Gervonta, who would you prefer?
Like I said, man, you know, to be honest, we're at 175 now. And all the things is about Canelo. We left 168, so we don't have to deal with that anymore. Canelo is scared. He does not want to face the Mexican monster. But going back to your question about the 75, who will give more problems to David, I think both of these fighters at 170, Beterbiev and Bivol, they're great fighters, man. They're the best at 175. Beterbiev is a fucking monster, 100% knockout artist, you know? Bivol beat Canelo. So I think both of those fights are super dangerous, but we'll fight anybody. And we're not asking for money, you know. We're not here, oh yeah, if they give me 30,000 million, you know, whatever, what 30 million, 40 million. No, we just want to make history. So at the end of the day, these guys, I think they'll want to fight David because, you know, they don't have the opportunity like Canelo, you know. They'll fight anybody. So any of them will take. Whoever wants to step in, that'll be a great fight. And those are the fighters that we're looking for, Beterbiev or Bivol.
Do you think Beterbiev will be that guy that actually has power that can push David and show that support?
Of course, you know, we got to respect his power. He has a lot of power, but, you know, we if we were to fight Beterbiev, you know, we'll definitely see who's the stronger guy, you know. And if I see that, you know, he's connecting and kind of hurting David, we have to make adjustments. Now we're going to have to use our feet. We're going to have to use angles. But if I see that David, because as they say, it's looking good, you know, and he's looking, we'll continue to do that. But that's why we have to learn how to make adjustments, you know. At the end of the day, if we're doing good, why not stay there and risk a little bit, you know? But if we feel that power, guess what? We're going to have to move around and try to be more smart.
Awesome. It looks like they're doing a team photo, so you might need to jump in there. Appreciate the time.